Texas. Next, we go from the Natty winner to the reigning Big Ten champ in Oregon. Oregon is coming off a 13-1, 9-0 season where they won the Big Ten 45-37 against Penn State. Sorry, Trent. And then they lost in the first round of they lost in the quarterfinal, excuse me, of the college football playoff 41-21 versus Ohio State, just straight BTA. That game was over before it started. I remember I was at my mom's house watching the game. I left before halftime to go home. So that game was crazy. They returned 5 starters, 2 on offense, 3 on defense. They returned Evan Stewart, wide receiver, 48 catches, 613 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And Titum Tyota, linebacker, 58 total tackles, 31 solos, 5.5 sacks, pass breakup, and a forced fumble. And they returned Mateo Ungale, linebacker, 38 total tackles, 24 solos, 10.5 sacks, pass breakup, interception, and 2 forced fumbles. And Bryce Detler, linebacker, 94 total tackles, 50 solos, 2 sacks, 4 pass breakups, interception, forced fumble. Now, they lost a lot. Now, a lot of these guys went to the league. Dylan Gabriel went to the Browns with 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 7 rushing touchdowns, 72.9 completion percentage, 3,857 yards. Jordan James, a running back on the 49ers, which I think that's just Kyle Shanahan just doing what he do at running back, finding a gym. 15 total rushing touchdowns, 1,267 yards, averaging 5.4 a carry. Ches Johnson to your Buccaneers, have 10 receiving touchdowns, 898 yards. Trayshawn Holden to the Cowboys, 718 yards, 5 touchdowns. Terrence Ferguson, 3 touchdowns. Took him forever to score his first. Currently on the Rams with 591 yards. Tysheem Johnson, a defensive back, with 3 interceptions on the Bears. Kobe Savage from safety, currently just not playing ball right now. 64 total tackles, 35 solos, a pass breakup, and a fumble recovery. Jeffrey Bossa, currently on the Chiefs, who had 54 total tackles, 2 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and a sack and a half. Jordan Burch, who had 8.5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery, currently on the Cardinals. Jabbar Muhammad, currently on the Jags, who in my opinion was just straight up lockdown, 12 pass breakups. And Derek Harmon, former Spartan, defensive tackle, 45 total tackles, 27 solos, 5 sacks, 2 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. Currently on the Steelers. Had to give my shout out to a Spartan that got drafted first round, even though he got drafted out of Oregon. Don't care. 3rd overall recruiting class, 5th in transfers. Talk to me about Oregon, Trent.
Yeah, I think another season where they're a clear favorite to be, up there as far as 1, 2, maybe 3. But again, we talk about the retooling. It's a part of the college football world that we live in. Dante Moore takes over after sitting behind Gabriel. And as you mentioned, they went and got busy in the transfer portal on the offensive line. Playmakers like Jeremiah McClellan and Justice Lowe are going to be, out there, I think, running circles around some Big Ten secondaries. And Kenyon Sadiq steps into a bigger role as one of their bigger, I think he might have been their leading pass catcher last year.
Nah, you sure was
no
leading? Was it not? I gotta look. Maybe it was Ted Johnson. But let me.
It probably wasn't a tight end. But he was up. He's a top returning pass catcher for sure. So I think he's going to get the ball a lot more this season. But again, amazing depth, amazing incoming talent, and returning a core that went 13-1, 9-0 in Big Ten championships last year. So the hardest thing about being at the top is staying at the top. So clearly they're going to have to fight off the Penn States and the Ohio States of the world. But I really enjoy what Dan Lanning has been doing with the Oregon program. And like I said, they're easily one of the Big Ten favorites going into the 2025 year, returning as Big Ten champions. So looking forward to what they got going on out west. Wouldn't shock me if they were back in the Big Ten championship this season.
Yeah, so Ted Johnson led him in receiving yards.
They did.
Last year. A position battle I think people ain't talking about enough. Mekhi Hughes versus Noah Whittington at running back. Who's going to get that week 1 start? I think it might be Mekhi Hughes. I'm not going to lie. Mekhi Hughes as a freshman at Tulane was incredible. And then last year, he just adds on to it with 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5.3 a carry at Tulane. I think he might take that job from Noah Whittington. Now, Whittington does have, Coach Landon knows him more. He was with the team last year. He had his explosive runs when he was spelling Jordan James. But I love me some Mekhi Hughes, so I think he might win that. They did get Dylan Thiemann the safety I was talking to you about that I put up there with the best of college football, coming from Purdue, where he had 104 total tackles, 70 solos, a sack, and 6 pass breakups. And then again, Deron Johnson from Northwestern, who had 10 pass breakups and 2 interceptions and a pick 6 from Northwestern. So Oregon just making moves, adding on to the reloading of Oregon. They were 22nd in total offense, 15 in total defense, 13th in passing, 76 in rushing, 17th in scoring offense, 25th in passing defense. We're tied 25th, 38th in rushing defense, and 16th in scoring defense. If you're ready, we can talk about the schedule.
Let's get it.
All right. So first game against Montana State, I have as a win.
I also have as a win.
Second game against Oklahoma State at home, win.
Also a win.
Start Big Ten with a road game against Northwestern, win.
Win as well, yep.
The Civil War against Oregon State, a win.
I also have as a win.
On the road at Penn State, lost.
Whiteout. Yep, I agree. It's a loss at Penn State. I will say, looking at the schedule, while they do have the Oklahoma States and the Oregon States of the world on their conference or on their schedule rather, probably a bit more of a favorable strength of schedule to start the season than Penn State does, but obviously going to be the real test for both teams. But that whiteout environment, that whiteout energy, hopefully plays to Penn State's favor in that game.
I agree. The Civil War kind of hasn't been the same since Jonathan Smith left. At home against Indiana, win.
Yep, that's also a win.
At Rutgers, well, I got him winning out the rest of the schedule. I have him losing Penn State.
Yeah, I was going to say the only loss I have for him is against Penn State.
So 11-1, 8-1, taking the over 10.5 win total for Oregon. Now,